Hello friends, welcome to Wing Studio. So today I am Rishi Jain here with you all with today's topic, that is vernal keratoconjunctivitis. So before going to topic, I want to say a positive thought. So just for the sake that we have to be filled with a positive energy as well inside us. So that is, dream can't work unless you do. Okay. So if you want to fulfill your dream, then start working. Okay, so start working itself from today right now. Okay, so let's start with the topic, that is vernal keratoconjunctivitis. The topic belongs to the ophthalmology section of the disease of conjunctiva. If you have not still subscribed to my channel, then please like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to tap the bell icon. Okay friends, so let's start with the topic, that is vernal keratoconjunctivitis, and it's also known as spring catara. So why here I written the spring catara? Yeah, it's a misnomer. We will deal with it in the subsequent slides. Let's start. What is vernal keratoconjunctivitis? Basically, it's a type of allergic conjunctivitis with watery discharge and papilla formation. It's a recurrent bilateral interstitial self-inflammation of the conjunctiva having a periodic seasonal incidence. Okay, so what is what is this vernal keratoconjunctivitis? It's a type of allergic conjunctivitis. और जब भी whenever you ask for the allergic conjunctivitis, you have to remember two things. Okay, these are what? Watery discharge and the papilla formation. These are the most important thing. Whenever there is any type of allergic conjunctivitis, these two things are must, that are watery discharge and papilla formation. After that, what is VKC? It's a recurrent, that it occurs repeatedly. It's a bilateral, occurs simultaneously in both the eyes. Interstitial self-limiting inflammation of the conjunctiva. Okay, so it's involve the interstitial layers also, and it's a self-limiting inflammation mostly. And periodic seasonal incidence it have, that is it occurs in the periodic seasons. So now the spring catara, but not in spring. Okay. So what's its etiopathogenesis? That why it happened? In this video, I will deal with the what is VKC, what is its positive agent, what are the etiopathogenesis, what are its clinical features, including its signs, its symptoms. Okay, and lastly, talk about the differences between the VKC and AKC. Next video will be about the atopic, its treatment part. Okay, so you can watch that also. VKC is basically present in individual with atopic background. Okay, so it's occur in the individual who have atopic background. What I here want to say is, atopic, it means that the person who is related to any kind of sort of allergy, that is IG type 1 hypersensitive mediated IgE reaction, any kind of pollen allergy, or any else like eczema, asthma. Okay, so the person who are belong to any sort of atopic disorder, they would have chances more to the VKC. And currently now T helper 2 lymphocytes are also having changes or characterized by alterations, so leads to formation of VKC in our body. What are its predisposing factor? That in predisposing factor से यहाँ पे मतलब होता है कि किन किन चीज़ों की वजह से ज़्यादा है, so और किन में हो सकता है. तो age में, if we talk about the age, it occurs most commonly in 4 to 20 years of age. If we talk about the sex, it's more commonly in boys as compared to girls, but it's not so like it's not happen in girls. It's so it is, but less chances of that. Season, yeah, here season is what the more common in summer, now also known as warm weather conjunctivitis. Okay, so जो हमारा VKC है, vernal keratoconjunctivitis है, we called it what? Spring catara, right? So spring catara तो है, but it's occur in more common. I told you it's periodic seasonal incident, so it occurs more commonly in the summer season, and also known as warm weather conjunctivitis. Climate more prevalent in tropics, less in temperate zone, but almost non-existent in cold climate. Okay, so there will be less, or we can say rare chances in cold climate. What are its other predisposing factor? I already told you, any kind of atopic manifestation, including eczema, having 40 to 70% chances, also along with asthma. And family history of atopy is found that there are also 40 to 60% of chances. Coming to the pathology, that why this is happening. Okay, so why vernal keratoconjunctivitis is happen? So it have three, as you all know, conjunctiva has three layer: epithelium layer, adenoid layer, and the third one is the fibrous layer. So if any kind of abnormality occurs or any kind of inflammatory cells will come in this epithelial layer, in 3 of these epithelial layer, there would be abnormality, right? So in case of conjunctival epithelium and papillary region, it contains large number of mast cells. Eosinophil undergoes hyperplasia. Basically, what is happening here, that both all the 3 layers get inflammatory infiltrate of mast cells, of eosinophils. Okay. Also in case of adenoid layer, you can see eosinophils, plasma cells, lymphocytes, histiocytes. So these marked cellular infiltration will happen, and also if it gets severe, then it leads to the hyperplasia, and also the it may goes downwards to the projection of subepithelial tissue in case of epithelial layer. Okay, so it can this all happens in epithelium and adenoid layer. Last one is the fibrous layer. What are all the changes? The fibrous layer shows the hyaline changes and undergoes the proliferation, and there will be minute changes in the conjunctival vessels, which leads to vasodilation and increased permeability and proliferation of this. So all these 3 changes in the adenoid layer, in case of conjunctival epithelial layer and the fibrous layer, this leads to the formation of multiple papillae in upper tarsal conjunctiva. This is the most important thing in case of vernal keratoconjunctivitis and also in another allergic conjunctivitis. So papilla formation, there would be multiple papilla in the our upper tarsal conjunctiva would be there. After that, what are its clinical features? Okay, so how the patient represent to us? Clinical features basically will deal with 2 things: symptoms and signs. What are its symptoms? Symptoms that what are the patient comes to us? Okay, with complaint, there will be marked burning and itching sensation, which is usually intolerable and attenuated when patient comes in warm humid atmosphere. Okay, so I told you about what it's also known as warm weather conjunctivitis. So अगर patient का environment warm humid atmosphere से आया तो पेशेंट आपके पास कंप्लेंट से आएगा कि उसे मार्क बर्निंग हो रही है और इचिंग सेंसेशन हो रहा है उसकी आईज के अंदर, एंड इचिंग इज मोर मार्क्ड विद द पाल्पेबल फॉर्म ऑफ डिजीज. अगर पाल्पेबल इन्वॉल्व हुआ है कंजक्टिवा वाला पार्ट, so itching would be more marked there. Also, what are other associated symptoms? There would be mild photophobia, lacrimation, stringy ropey discharge, and heaviness of the legs. Okay, so photophobia, that is insensitivity to light, flashes of light. Lacrimation is tear secretions, excessive tear secretions, and stringy ropey discharge would be there present there, along with what, heaviness of eye. If there will be papilla formation in the lids, so there would be heaviness of the eyelids. Okay, and what are the signs? These all are the symptoms. What are the marked burning, itching sensation, and these are this much stinging optic discharge and this. And signs what we will look into the patient. Okay, as a doctor, what all we have to watch. So there will be 3 clinical signs. We started with category wise, that is first is palpable form, another are bulbar limbal form, okay, and mixed form. So in case of palpable form, what would happen, there is a creative feature known as cobblestone or pavement stone epithelium appearance. Okay, so usually upper tarsal conjunctiva of both the eyes is involved. The typical lesion is the presence of hard, flat top papilla arranged in a cobblestone or pavement epithelium, pavement stone appearance. So palpable फॉर्म के अंदर कॉबलस्टोन और पेमेंट स्टोन की प्रेजेंस में, यानी कि यहाँ पे जो हमारा अपर टार्सल कंजक्टिवा होता है बेसिकली इनसाइड दिस, ये जो पार्ट है इट इज विद कैरेक्टराइज्ड मोर बाय द पेपिला फॉर्मेशन. ओके, यहाँ पे बहुत ज़्यादा हार्ड फ्लैट ऑफ पेपिलास का फॉर्मेशन हो जाएगा in case of palpable form. So as you can see, these are the palpebral and well appreciated here. Okay, after that what, in severe cases papilla may hypertrophy to produce cauliflower like excrescences. Okay, with Gian, like Gian papilla, conjunctival changes are associated with white droppy discharge. So there will be white droppy discharge and Gian papilla formation also. Okay, in case of first one was palpebral form. Most common feature is corneal papilla formation, that is cobblestone wave pavement epithelium. After that, the bulbar limbal form. What are the changes in the bulbar limbal form? There will be dusky red triangular congestion of bulbar conjunctiva in palpebral area. Okay, dusky red triangular, and the limbal papilla occur as a gelatinous thickening. So what I here want to say that in case of bulbar limbal form, there will be gelatinous thickening, as you can appreciate here, and here also there will be gelatinous thickening along the corneoscleral junction, which is known as limbus. Okay, so limbal papilla occurs as gelatinous thickening, and there will be dusky red triangular congestion. We will see it in a subsequent slide. And what else in bulbar form? So there will be presence of discrete whitish rest dots known as Horner-Trantas spots. Okay, so these Horner-Trantas spots are what discrete whitish spots, rest dots along the limbus are also present. It's a most, I should say, it's a characteristic feature of the vernal keratoconjunctivitis. And in case of mixed form, there will be discrete triangular congestion, papilla, and this gelatinous thickening. You can see three of all the things. Okay, after that, vernal keratopathy. What are the signs in case of cornea? We will see. So, type of lesion: punctate epithelial keratitis, frank epithelial erosions, and the vernal corneal plaques. Okay, so in case of vernal keratopathy, punctate epithelial keratitis, that is what the uppermost part involving the upper cornea is usually associated with the palpable form of disease caused by inflamed tarsal conjunctiva. That is, in case of upper cornea, there would be inflammation of the epithelial layer of the cornea. We have seen yet what are the signs in case of conjunctiva, vernal keratoconjunctivitis. It means conjunctiva and cornea both are involved. Now we are dealing with what are the signs you can see in the cornea. So there will be punctate epithelial keratitis. It means that there will be inflammation of the epithelial layer in a punctate form, and there will be frank epithelial erosion in intact Bowman's membrane. Okay, and also the vernal corneal plaque. Yeah, you can appreciate here. These are the vernal corneal plaques result due to the coating of bare area of epithelium macroerosion with a layer of exudates. Okay, so there will be a layer of exudates here. And ये जो बने हैं वो किसकी वजह से बने हैं? मैक्रो इरोशंस की वजह से. Okay, and lastly we will see what ulcerative vernal keratitis, that is shield ulceration, present as a shallow transfer ulcer in upper part of cornea. Shield ulceration is also present, as you can see, appreciate here, this is a shield ulceration in superficial layer of cornea, also known as ulcer vernal keratitis. And also what the ulceration is due to the epithelial macroerosion. ये जो ulcer बना है वो भी किसकी वजह से? epithelial layer के erosions की वजह से. Okay, after that this is a imaginary picture in which you can see all the features that are cobblestone papilla. These are well differentiated here, appeared here. After that, hexagonal papillas are also seen. This is a gelatinous membrane. These are the Horner-Trantas whitish red rest dots or spots, I can say, and this is the dusky red triangular condition. Okay, after that, what else we can see is subepithelial scarring, and there will be pseudogenin toxin is basically on the limbal disease. Okay, so it is a type of inflammation around the limbus and gelatinous membrane known as Cupid's bow outline. Lastly, what are the differences between the VKC and AKC? AKC is atopic keratoconjunctivitis. VKC is vernal keratoconjunctivitis. So, atopic keratoconjunctivitis is commonly seen in the older as compared to VKC, which is in younger. Most commonly it occurs in males. There are no such things like it mostly occurs in male or female. It can occur in both generations. Duration of disease is limited in case of vernal keratoconjunctivitis. As I have told you, it is a self-limiting type, and it is chronic in case of atopic. Time of year is mostly spring, or I should say the summer, or here it's perennial in nature. And corneal scarring would be common in both, but there will be no vision threatening. इतना नहीं होगा कि आपको vision blurred हो जाए, blindness हो जाए, but अगर atopic keratoconjunctivitis है तो vision threatening के chances होते हैं. कॉर्निया के अंदर शील्ड अल्सरेशन वुड बी प्रेजेंस. यहाँ पे persistent epithelial defect आपको दिखेंगे. शील्ड अल्सरेशन आपने बहुत अच्छे से देखा है. आफ्टर दैट कंजक्टिवल वेस्कुलर एरेशन वुड बी रेयर. यहाँ पे कॉमन होता है. And conjunctival involvement, as you can all know, it's involved the upper tarsal conjunctiva mostly, and atopic involved the lower tarsal conjunctiva. Okay friends, so in this slide we all talk about the what is vernal keratoconjunctivitis, what are its signs, what are its symptoms, what is its pathology, why it happens. Okay, and what are the factors, that predisposing factors that leads to formation of vernal keratoconjunctivitis, and what are its stages of the vernal keratoconjunctivitis, what are its specific features. Please just remember all these features only, so you can diagnose with the patient at a time when you are dealing with the patient, okay, in your OPD also. So this is all about the vernal keratoconjunctivitis and vernal keratopathy. Thank you so much all. My upcoming videos will be come soon about the treatment part. And if you have not still subscribed to my channel, please like, share and subscribe. If you like my video, don't forget to tap the bell icon. Thank you so much.